Right now, I mean, Lindsey's knocking it out of the park. It was Lindsey who 6 months before oil, well, back in 2008, 6 months, I mean, oil was at like $55 a barrel when he came on the show. And he said it's going to go up to 150 within 6 months. Went up to 150. People laughed at him at the time. Nobody was predicting that. Nobody was saying that. Well, he got it from Ken Frum, who just died of cancer around Christmas. But he still got the other source as well, who is alive and well, basically telling him the same stuff. And then Lindsey comes on when it's at $149 a barrel, Brent crude, and says now it's going to go down to close to 40. And it's going to start in 2 months. 2 months later, starts plunging, goes down to below 40 for a while. Then he comes on and says, for 2 years, enjoy yourselves. Oil's going to stay pretty much the same. But then 2 years from now, that was 2 years ago exactly, it's blowing me away. Ken Frum, I mean, what do you expect the former head of Atlantic Richfield? You think the guy's playing tiddlywinks on the weekend? No, he's playing golf with the globalist. He is a globalist. Now a deceased one. God rest his soul. But the bottom line here is, then he tells Williams, enjoy yourself for 2 years, because after that, it's going to go to 150 to 200 within 6 months to a year. And here we are. Let me see, October, November, December, January. Here we are, 4 months and change. 4 months and a few days after Williams dropped all this here, dropped these bombs, and oil is surging up to 100. So what is going to happen? We're going to continue to sit here and track it. But obviously, this is all extremely important, and it's very momentous. In fact, here are the reports. Oil jumps to 2-year high. Gold reaches 1,407. On Mideast, stocks decline. This article says 1,400. It's gone up $7 since then. In fact, pull it up again. Let's see how much it's gone up in the last 15 minutes. Oil rose to 2-year high, and gold rallied for a 6-day, surpassing 1,400 an ounce as tension in the Middle East escalated. Stocks fell on the leading energy companies with operations in Libya lower. Brent crude gained as much as 2.5% trading. In New York, gold climbed 0.9% and silver added 2.5%. That is a massive move in silver. I wish we could get Max Kaiser on today, too, but he's jumping on an airplane to go to the Middle East. He's going to be reporting live for us from there. What a wild man. The STOXX Europe 600 index declined. And going over the oil prices, again, we'll continue to break that down as it unfolds. But it's at 93.49. But the futures in oil are showing it well above $100. So a big move there. And we're going to see if Ken Frum from the grave is correct and calls it again with precision. And we'll see if the other former oil company CEO, who we can't name, can do that. It's gone up $1 plus in the last 15 minutes. It's now at $1,408. Oh, man. Do I want Lindsey Williams for an hour or 30 minutes? Let's get Lindsey Williams on in the third hour, full hour, if he can do it. And that's central, obviously. We got to remind him. All right, we'll have Lindsey Williams on the last hour today. Marc Faber, of course, a top political analyst. Couldn't be a better time to have him on. We set this up last week, but couldn't be a better time to have him on with all of these shenanigans going on. Marc Faber of the Gloom Boom Doom Report will be joining us coming up in the middle of the next hour, and then Lindsey Williams. I'll be popping in with us today. We'll need to tell Kurt to add that to Infowars.com. Get that up on the system so everybody can check out that information as well. All right, my friends, we are locked and loaded. Stay with us. The transmission will continue.
The collapse of the dollar is imminent. You can protect your wealth by buying gold, silver, and strong foreign currencies, but what if the government confiscates your precious metals, implements exchange controls, or nationalizes your retirement? You need a backup plan. That's why you must move your wealth into an offshore asset protection structure. Go to collapseproof.com to get your free special report and discover how to store your gold and silver in the world's safest vaults, or how to hold foreign currencies in a way that's safe from bank failures, bank runs, or exchange controls. Learn how the U.S. government failed to collect a $36 million claim because the defendant legally used an offshore asset protection program. This is what you need to keep your wealth safe when the dollar collapses, and collapseproof.com can help. Our programs are 100% compliant with U.S. law, but you must act now before it's too late. Call 800-798-2008. That's 800-798-2008. Collapseproof.com. Asset protection in financially unsafe times.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
I'm Roger Rao at Midas Resources. If you are going through a financial roller coaster because of your investment in stocks, bonds, and other paper assets, perhaps you're ready for a change. You have an opportunity to change your financial security. Get the stability and peace of mind you deserve by investing in precious metals. Gold and silver have been a form of wealth protection for over 5,000 years all over the world. If you have seen your hard-earned money lose value because of inflation, sliding dollar, etc., it's time you stop the bleeding. The answer to your problems is simple. Gold and silver will protect your assets and your purchasing power. Physical possession of precious metals, IRA rollover, etc. Call me, Roger Rao, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 178. Take action today when we are still accepting paper dollars for gold and silver. Ready for a change? Call Roger Rao at 1-800-686-2237, extension 178. Again, it's 1-800-686-2237, extension 178.
9 years, thousands of clients worldwide, amazing results. And here's more proof of the effectiveness of how Heart and Body Extract supports good circulation and healthy arterial flow.
My name is Crystal. I'm a 45-year-old and live in Houston, Texas. I was diagnosed with having mitral valve prolapse 10 years ago. My cardiologist said surgery and drugs was the only thing he could offer me.
What did Crystal do?
I ordered Heart and Body Extract in August 2006. When I first took my first 15 drops, I embraced the formula and could even feel the goodness of the formula starting to work.
Clean, clear arteries are happy arteries after using Heart and Body Extract. Learn more at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305. That's hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305. HB Extract comes with a 100% ironclad money-back guarantee. Details at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305 for Heart and Body Extract.
Okay, we are live with huge breaking news. I misunderstood my producer through the glass when he said that we had Lindsey in the third hour today. He was giving me thumbs up, but then Lindsey explained to him that he has a family engagement that he must attend. He will be breaking what he says is the biggest news ever. And quite frankly, he's completely stunned when I'm talking to him on the phone, talking to the other living big oil company executive who I know the name. It's already been separately confirmed, just like Ken Frum was confirmed separately a decade ago by of course, Dr. Stan Monteith, not just myself. But talking to Lindsey, we're talking to him a little bit in this segment, a little bit in the next, because this segment's so short, tomorrow, because it's Providence that I just called him because he just got this information 2 days ago, but I have to be briefed by him tonight before he'll even do this. He wants to know if I want to go on air with this. He's never asked me something like that before. And am I correct to say, Lindsey, you sound a little bit shaken up right now?
I am shaken up, Alex, because there's something that is happening right now that is so big, that is so startling, it's going to infect the entire world. You think the Middle East, it definitely has something to do with the Middle East. It has to do with oil production. It has to do with oil prices. It has to do with the dollar. And I was just given this information the other day, and it goes along with what Mr. Ken Fromm told me before he died. And, Alex, this is so startling. You'll be breaking something that the entire world is going to watch take place over the next few months' time.
Absolutely. And this former major oil company CEO, not Ken Fromm, who just died, but, it's hidden in plain view, folks, in his Energy Non-Crisis book. But we're not going to say the names here on air. But this is confirmed to us. And just as you said in October, you said within 6 months, oil's going to explode, go up to 150. It's already moving there. You said, watch the Middle East. There's going to be turmoil. But that's only the prelude to then China and the dollar. And you said 2 years ago from your sources that oil will stay the same until 2 years from now. And then all bedlam, all Hades is going to break loose like a bat out of Hades, and now it's happening.
In 1976, when the Gull Island discovery was made at Prudhoe Bay, I guess you hear the breaking in my voice. I'm so startled over what I've got here. And when that took place, I asked Mr. Fromm at the time, I said, Ken, why don't you open up this field and give America all the oil it needs so we're not beholden to other countries in the world? He said, Chaplain, we are not going to open up the Gull Island field and the Arctic Wildlife Refuge until we can get the price of oil where we want it. That was nearly 40 years ago. You are seeing it happen right before your eyes right now. This crisis in the Middle East was created. It was created by the elitists of the world. I told you right here on your show 4 to 5 months ahead of time, or 3 to 4 months ahead of time, that they were going to bring about a crisis in the Middle East. I did not realize how monstrous.
Yeah, to be precise, it was mid-October. It's 4.5 months. 4 months, yeah.
Yeah, it took place exactly as Mr. Fromm had told me, and now, of course, they are going to continue to foment that thing in the Middle East until it takes the price of crude oil to $200 or more. Please hear this, $200 or more. Last week in my area, oil went up 3 to 5 cents per day. You're going to see it go up so high that the American people are going to be in a horrible condition.
And remember what they said about gold. They said it's all you can depend on. It surged past $1,408 today. Silver surging almost to $35 right now.
Every bit of this is planned. What happened in the Middle East was planned for the purpose of taking the oil prices to where they want them to go. But, Alex, this thing goes so much deeper than that. Here's what they're going to do. Number one, it affects the Middle East. You have not seen anything yet. Egypt was just the beginning of what's going to take place in the Middle East.
The first domino.
This domino effect. Then, secondly, they are going to open up the oil fields that they have already known are here. Please, folks, hear this. They are ready now, when it gets to $200 a barrel, to open up the Bakken Oil Reserve. This is in Montana, North and South Dakota. And then they're going to open up another oil reserve, which is on the north slope of Alaska.
Same thing in East Texas. Same thing in East Texas. Stay there. Can you do 5 more minutes with us? Because this is a short segment. I want you to be able to lay this out as best you can as a prelude towards tomorrow, Lindsey.
Yes.
Okay, because I just wanted to throw out at you here. Again, I have family who are roughnecks and engineers and petroleum engineers, people who work in oil, and that's what I've been hearing is that for the last 3 years they drill new oil wells that are big. They don't even pump them. They hit giant gas wells. They just shut them off or let them trickle, and that's what they're hearing is it's ahead of a giant surge. So I'm even getting that on the ground. Stay there. Stay there. Lindsey Williams, I want you to be able to concisely roll through the prelude to what's coming up tomorrow. We'll be back in just 3 minutes. We'll spend another 5 with Lindsey Williams, and I'm getting in for what's happening in the economy. But everything he's talked about is now unfolding.
We're on the march. The empire's on the